thinking about that movie. Now let's start thinking about something that should be good. And now let's talk about some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Now, if you've
What?
ever watched the show, my favorite movie of all time is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. That is probably my favorite movie of all time. I'm going on record. You can count that, put that in the bank, write it down. If I ever change that, I will never change that because that is the greatest movie ever made. So now,
In case you need some words on my face trivia for your home games.
Yeah. If
That's
anybody's
one.
like, hey, what's Brian's favorite movie? It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Done. You win. But yeah, so that was my favorite movie of all time. I watched it when I was like 5 years old. I believe I used to watch it, then rewind it, then watch it again, then rewind it, then watch it again. Because it was that good. And I still love it as an adult. So.
I do recall watching quite a few times too, like daily.
Daily,
For a
daily,
while.
quite a few times daily. So that was my favorite. So Michael Bay did have his first jump into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4A. All right, I'm going to stop saying words that I can't pronounce. But all right. And that was all right. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad, though. It was entertaining. The Turtles were relatively funny. They didn't quite have the same wit about them that the original set of Turtles did, but it was fun. I thought the CGI was done really well. They made the Turtles look a little different, which was cool. They kind of give them each their own distinct personality, I should say, with the way they looked and everything. So I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. Not great, but good. So number 2 should hopefully, do like the first series did, raise that bar a little bit. And I think it is going to, because they've announced that there's 2 new characters going to be definitely added to.
Yeah, but is that a good thing? Do they need new characters?
Yeah, why not? These 2 characters, and these 2 characters are Bebop and Rocksteady. Now they kind of hinted at
not new hero characters, just new characters of the show.
Yeah.
To the movie.
And now Bebop and Rocksteady, if you saw Secret of the Ooze, again my favorite movie, they were portrayed there. Not the greatest portrayal of Bebop and Rocksteady. Not quite
Bebop.
what we remember.
It was Razor
Hoka and Razor, yes. But it was pretty much supposed to be Bebop and Rocksteady without being Bebop and Rocksteady.
I think they were both sets of them were like. I think Toka and Razor were in the original comic books, and they are supposed to be like different characters than Bebop and Rocksteady. But I can see like it's a similar idea. They're also giant animal guys that work for Shredder.
But if you watch
Bebop
the cartoons,
and Rocksteady were less immature.
But if you did watch the cartoons from the late 80s, early 90s, like I did, like you did, Bebop and Rocksteady were the recurring villains. They were the henchmen of the Shredder that pretty much got sent out every time.
Yeah,
and they were fun characters.
Rhino and what was the other guy? Well, there was Rhino and a hippo?
Or maybe it was a hippo. No, I don't know. Hit us up. Let us know what Bebop and Rocksteady were. Definitely one was a rhino. But they were very entertaining. I think it was a boar, though. Very entertaining. They usually had their laser guns with them, and they were totally 80s characters, the way they dressed and everything like that. So it makes me wonder, how are they going to be portrayed in this movie? Because with the CGI, you could almost bring back those types of characters. That'd be pretty cool to see. The wisecracking, yet stupid Bebop and Rocksteady would be a lot of fun to be counterparts to the Ninja Turtles that we saw in the first movie. So I'm interested to see that. That should be pretty cool. But that got me thinking, if they're going to bring those guys in, who else should they bring in? I think kind of an invasion from the 80s cartoon would be pretty cool here. Like, let's say we get Casey Jones. Now, that's been rumored, but that hasn't been guaranteed yet. So Casey Jones would be a pretty cool character.
Casey was in the original trilogy of movies, too. So it wouldn't be that far-fetched. No, he was in the third one too, but no one remembers the third one.
He was in the third one. Yeah, he disappeared for the second one, but he came back in the third one. So, all right, it worked. Third one was kind of sucky, but also,
that's why no one thinks about the third one.
Yeah, exactly. But what about Crag? The brain.
Yeah.
Guy.
And that's one that probably would have been really difficult to do back in the original set of animatronic.
In the 90s, trying to do that, that would have been weird.
It would. I mean, they had really good animatronics for the Turtles, but that'd be another layer of trying to do some intense stuff for him because it's a pretty complicated setup. But if you're doing CGI, that's a lot easier.
They could probably do it. And then if they bring Krag in, they could also bring in one of my favorite storylines now, albeit it's from a video game, but they could do sort of Turtles in Time almost, because Krag, I believe, was from a different dimension, and he came over, and he was kind of doing his evil here in this dimension. That's why he was like a brain inside of a giant robot guy. So you could almost take them through these dimensions, and maybe Bebop and Rocksteady are from this other dimension too. So it kind of gives a cool element. I would love to see a Turtles in Time movie, but not the way they did it in Turtles 3. So
yeah, I was gonna say Turtles 3 was kind of that. I mean, they only went to one time frame, but
no, they only went to one time. It does not count. You only go to one
sent
time.
there by Shredder or anything. It was just,
they just touched a lamp by accident.
Yeah, a lamp that comes from nowhere. They're like, oh, look,
yeah,
there's this
exactly. Hey, let's all just touch it at the same time, and coincidentally, 4 other guys touched it at the same time. But I guess it's in the past, so at any other time in the past, 4 guys could have touched it at the same time, and they would have been transported forward. Yeah, I think that's how time works. Don't know.
Sure, why not? But
yeah, exactly.
I mean, Turtles in Time was great. It kind of seems a little bit bigger than what you would want to stuff into a movie, though. So maybe that's better. I think they've done maybe similar stuff in some of the cartoons. That I might think that might be better suited for something that you have more time with it. Like an episodic thing where you can go through an episode in this time, an episode in that time, an episode in that time.
Yeah, but
even though it is a really good story,
just given like 15, 20 minutes jumping from, and again, you could just make it interdimensional. So you go to this dimension, you go to that dimension, and jumping because they're like, let's say they're chasing Shredder and Krag or something like that, and they could do it as like a chase movie where it still could be done well. It just wouldn't be as good as a video game, granted, because it's each level. But I'm curious to see what they're gonna do for the next storyline, because I don't believe Shredder died at the end of the next one, the first one, but he wasn't set up like his empire was kind of taken down. The Foot's empire was kind of taken down. So it'd be interesting to see what
happens at the end of the original first movie too. So.
But hey, with the CGI, why not use what you got? And you could definitely do a really cool. You could bring some of those characters. Bebop and Rocksteady, definitely we're going to see those guys as CGI. But why not see a Krag? Why not, Portal Hop or something like that? I could see that being really fun. But, let us know what you think. Should they do a Turtles in Time-esque thing? Should they bring in Krag or Bebop and Rocksteady enough for this movie? Hit us up. Let us know. Comments down below. Of course, at Where's My Face on Twitter. Where's My Face at gmail.com. Google Plus and Facebook. Always good ways of getting a hold of us. Let's keep on moving.